Good morning, Kasturians, and welcome to video 1 of chapter Framing the Constitution. In this video, we will discuss a brief overview of the chapter, that how the Constituent Assembly that drafted our Indian Constitution, it met, and what were the major events that took place before the drafting and completion of the Constitution. So let's start. The Indian Constitution, it was prepared by the learned members of the Constituent Assembly, which were indirectly elected in the provincial legislature. And the Constitution, it was framed in a time gap of 3 years, that is, it started from December 1946 and the final draft was completed on December 1949. Each and every clause of the Constitution was discussed by the Constituent Assembly, and all in all 11 sessions of the Constituent Assembly they were held, and 165 sittings took place during these 11 sessions of the Constituent Assembly. Also, different committees and subcommittees carried out the work of revising and refining the drafts of the Constitution. Initially, there were 299 members in the Constituent Assembly, and the Assembly adopted the Constitution on 26th November 1949, but it came into effect on 26th of January 1950. The members, as I told in the beginning, they were elected on the basis of the provincial elections which were held in December 1946, but the Muslim League, it didn't participated in the meeting of Constituent Assembly, and these meetings they were held before the partition of India. The Constituent Assembly remained a one-party show, as majority of the members of the Constituent Assembly they were congressmen. It was estimated that around 82% members they belonged to the Congress party, and the meetings of the Constituent Assembly they were influenced by public opinion. Whatever argument took place on various sections, these all arguments they were published and made available to the common people or common public by getting them published in the leading newspapers, and there was a public debate on all the proposals of the Constitution. The Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, being the chairman of the drafting committee that finalized the final draft of the Constitution, he played a very important role in the Constituent Assembly, and the resolution was passed by Jawaharlal Nehru in the Constituent Assembly. The main objective of the resolution were very clear, and they defined the ideals of the Constitution of India, and these were the historic resolutions. According to these resolutions, the resolution proclaimed that India will be an independent and sovereign republic. Independent, you know that there will be no such government which will be from outside the country. It will be the government which will be framed by the people of India. Also, there will be no external interference in the social and political matters of the country, and since country is going to have its own written constitution, it will be deemed as a republic. These resolution, it also guaranteed justice, equality and freedom to all those who were claimed or reported to be the citizens of India. The resolution also assured the safeguarding of all the minorities, backward and tribal classes. By 1949, most of the members of the Constituent Assembly they agreed that the resolution of separate electorate which was being demanded by Muslim League, it is against the interest of the minorities, and the leader of the peasant movement, that is N.G. Ranga, he urged that the word minorities it should be interpreted in economic terms, that is economically what is the meaning of minority, it should be clearly mentioned in the constitution. At the same time, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar he also demanded the separate electorates for scheduled caste, and he raised this issue during the national movement where he clashed with Mahatma Gandhi, who was opposing this ideology and who said that this will segregate the scheduled caste from the rest of the society. At the same time, the right to states to be given, it was favored by K. Santhanam, because according to Santhanam, a reallocation of power to the state as well as the center is necessary, and the language issue was much debated issue in the Constituent Assembly for many months. Till the decade of 1930s, the Congress it accepted the Hindustani. Hindustani is actually a blend of Hindi and Urdu, which was a popular language. So till 1930s, the Congress it accepted that the Hindustani should be given the status of the national language. But again, R.V. Dhulekar he favored the use of Hindi language as a language of constitution making. He also argued that Hindi must be declared as a national language, not as an official language. Those who were protesting that the Hindi language was being forced, he criticized those people, and most of the members of the Constituent Assembly they agreed on the fact that all the Indian citizens they must be given above 18 years of age. That time it was 21 years of age, so every citizen above 21 years of age must be granted the right to vote. The Constitution of India is a very interesting document in which various features like sovereignty, republic, socialistic, secular, all these figures, all these features, they are adopted by different constitutions of the world. That's why this Indian constitution, apart from all the facts, it is also known as the bag of borrowings. The Indian constitution is a very long and detailed document. Therefore, it needs to be amended regularly to keep it updated. Those who drafted the Constitution of India, they also knew the fact and they felt, in fact, that it has to be in accordance with the people's aspiration and changes in the society. So, it made many provisions to incorporate the changes in the constitution from time to time. Also, the institutional arrangements in a very legal language, they are well described in the constitution, and it lays the procedure for choosing the persons to govern the country. Also, the constitution declared India as a secular state. Being secular means you are free to adopt any religion but without hurting the religious sentiments or feelings of others. So you are free. There will be no state religion. You are free to adopt any religion but without hurting the emotions or sentiments of the others. Also, It's a fact that the Indian Constitution, although it was drafted in December 1949, but it came into effect on 26th of January 1950. And it is also an amazing fact that in spite of being told or referred to as the bag of borrowings, it is the largest written constitution of the world.